Folks, welcome to a brand new episode of Fitpod. And like I always get you some good treats, and today it's all about detailing. In the studio, I have Suhail Khadim from Pinnacle Detailing. And he's going to share his story and his motivation of where it is today and where he started from. So please welcome Suhail. Thank you very much for coming and taking your time out. And I believe this is your first ever podcast.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. First podcast, little nervous. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. But
don't worry, we'll make you comfortable. I'll make you proper comfortable, right? Not like that, but comfortable enough for you to share your experience, your business, where you started off from, your journey. Because I this podcast just to kind of inspire people from other people's journeys.
Yeah.
People like yourself who put in the hard work, the graft. But a lot of people don't see that.
Exactly, that's right.
Right? They don't see that. They see, you flashing around in supercars, sports cars, and not generally yourself, but as in general public,
Yeah.
But they don't realize the hard work that somebody has put into
Exactly
to kind of get to that level. So before, taking too much of the time, I want to get right into it. And when did you kind of decide that, okay, business is something that I am going to start off with?
Well, I started off probably when I was in college, 16, 17 years old. And I've always sort of seen my dad, businessman, seen him working hard, so it's kind of inspired me as well.
Yeah.
So went onto eBay, found a pallet of wireless keyboards. I was like, let's see if I can sell these. I think they cost me about £2 or £3 each.
Really?
Then just sold them individually. Out of the pallet, I had about 60 keyboards in total. 4 or 5 were just knackered, threw them away. The rest,
Fine.
put them on eBay for 20 quid a piece. Looking back, they were the best keyboards. They were a bit knackered.
So whoever bought a keyboard from him, we do apologise.
I actually sold one to my uncle, which is quite funny. He didn't complain, but
Did you sell them all to him?
No, I sold him one.
Okay. I thought
He never came back for a second.
Right, that shop didn't do very well. But anyways.
But yeah, I managed to get it done more, and I thought, yeah, this is a good way to make money. And then in between that, just whatever I could find. I remember at one point I bought a whole lot of DVDs, and she got the car boot sale, and she sold them there. So then I think I got rid of all the good ones, and all the rubbish ones were left. Like, what am I going to do with these? I just put them on eBay.
Give them to your uncle.
I could have probably sold them to be fair. But yeah, then I just sold them all in one go to somebody on eBay.
Wow. And
then like SIM cards as well. I was selling all sorts.
What did your dad do that inspired you to do that?
Well, my dad's got a Hajj and Umrah business, Al Hidayah Travel.
Oh, is that your dad's?
That's my dad's. My dad and my uncle are the partners in that, yeah.
Right. So you know Adnan Inspired as well then?
He's my brother-in-law.
Oh, mashallah.
He's married to my sister.
Yeah, he's a really, really nice guy. I've known him for years.
Okay, mashallah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, small world.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah,
okay, I won't tell you all the stories then.
It's sort of avoidable already.
No, we went to a deployment with him.
Okay, with Jigsaw?
A few years ago. No, this is with Syria Relief.
Okay.
And Sonny went and Adnan, but I've knew Adnan from way before, from the shop days when I used to work and stuff. But I didn't know he was your dad's Al Hidayah.
Yes.
Oh, nice. What do you think? Off topic. What do you think of Adnan?
Can we stop the camera?
No.
No, he's a brilliant guy. Alhamdulillah.
Lovely guy.
I can't fault him.
Alhamdulillah, that's good. That's good. Anyways, get back to the conversation. So your dad owned, because that's a very different market, being a travel agent.
Yeah.
And then you looked at your dad. Okay, I want to do something. Now, generally, you would kind of do the same kind of thing.
Which I did actually end up doing for a bit.
Oh, right, okay.
Because when I was in college, before college, I was in school and I didn't want to go to college. I thought I want to do something with the cars because I've always been into cars, massive petrol head. So my dad, I want to be a mechanic. Dad's like, he's got the vision of the back street garage, just the oily hands. That's why he's got in his head. He's like, no, Putra, you're not doing that. I'm like, okay, fine, can't argue with my dad.
Yeah.
So went to college. I can't remember what I'd done, to be fair. It's just some courses just to go to college for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Failed the first year. Second year, I thought, okay, let's get my head down. Passed the second year, which was the first year, which I retook. Then I was like, Dad, I don't want to do it. I'm not enjoying it. I don't want to do it. He's like, why don't you come work for me? So then that was 2007, I believe. So left college, started working for my dad, and then from 2007 till 2014, I was working for my dad, selling Hajj Umrah packages. I got the chance to go on Hajj many times as well.
Oh wow, mashallah. Amazing that is.
So yeah, that's how I started after I left college.
You know, I've been thinking of going Umrah myself now with the family, with my little one and the missus. So I'll come and see you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
For that as well. I might. Does Fitpod get any discount or anything?
Yeah, 100%.
All the viewers get 10% discount.
No, not all. Just you. Just you know all the viewers.
Can you imagine? Everyone just going there. It's like, oh, we've got it through that. Who? We don't know him.
No, my dad's going to disown me. I can't afford to give it for your discount.
Oh yeah, check the episode. Okay, is that what my son's been doing? The business is slow as it is. But okay. So Yin, yeah. So you decided to go into cars, and your dad was in the travel agency business. It's a bit of two different things, isn't it?
Yeah. Like my dad's known that I've always been into cars, so I think he probably knew that eventually he's going to end up doing something with cars anyway.
Yeah.
So obviously, working for my dad, I learned a lot. Working there, customer service. Growing up, I was actually very shy, a quiet person in school. Obviously, your cousin who was at school with me, he'd probably tell you I was reserved. I was one of the quiet ones that you never really knew. And so I needed a bit of confidence. And then when I started working, I was going on Hajj, I was just managing groups. It did build my confidence a bit. So then from there, I kind of was like, you know what? I can't see myself working here like for the rest of my life. I need to do something for myself. And while I was working there, I got involved with the local mosque, doing all their photography, videography for them. So that kind of got me. I was like, because I'd never held a camera before. I was like, here's a camera. You record this lecture, record this, take some photos of this. I'm like, okay, fine. I don't know what I'm doing, but then I kind of got into it. I quite like photography actually. So then I used to watch photography tutorials on YouTube, all sorts. Then I was like, hang on, I like cars. So then I used to do car photography. So I used to do car photography. So that got me to cars. So then I ended up obviously leaving Al Hidayah, and I was just doing my photography and videography. That's all I was doing.
You know, you said you wanted to do some. You started a business running events for Muslim communities. What were those?
Yeah, that was actually
like marriage events or
no. That was actually while I was at Al Hidayah. That was we used to hire out venues. So in Stoke, you've got a place called Waterworld. So it's like an indoor water theme park thing. But obviously, it's not segregated. So we'd book it out on 2 separate weekends. So on one day it was for men only, and the second is for women only. So it's completely segregated. So then they could use that facilities without obviously compromising on their religion. So that's something I've run for a bit as well.
You've had your hands in a lot of pies, didn't you?
Oh, I've done a lot. I have done a lot.
So you're a man of many talents.
Yeah, we can say that. Yeah, we can say that.
You can say that. And what did that teach you in terms of business, our community? Did they kind of take it well?
Yeah, it was actually very, very popular. I think we were one of the first ones to do it. And since we've done that event, there's quite a few that have actually gone on after that, which I actually did go to one actually, I'd say about 3 years ago. I think somebody else organised the same thing. So I thought, okay, I'm finally going to go to one now, and I don't have to stress about, people not turning up or whatever. Like I can finally relax.
That must be a stressful thing, because now you've paid for a venue,
yeah,
right, and then no one turning up or not enough people turning up to kind of be enough,
exactly,
for a little return.
Yeah. Yeah, true. There were some events that we done that we lost money on. The water world one was one that I think we always made a bit of money on that. Sometimes, sometimes we made a decent amount. Sometimes just about broke even.
Yeah.
But there were some events that we done, which thinking back is probably like, why did we even do that? Like we done what was it? A mini golf.
Right. Okay.
Like, thinking back, like people would go to mini golf anyway. It's no point having it segregated.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was early business days then.
Yeah, it was one of those ones, isn't it? I'm just guessing that you try something, you try and do different things. Something might just click off, and then I understand the water one because swimming and whatnot, and certain clothing. But so when you left your dad's business to pursue your automotive photography career, what were you hoping to achieve?
To be fair,
because it's quite difficult the creative industry is very difficult to kind of make money because technically anyone can pick up a camera, start shooting.
Yeah.
And that's it, and general public just doesn't know the difference between the two photos.
Yeah,
they just won't know.
Yeah, so what I started was going to all these dealerships saying, look, this is what I do. Let me take some photos for you. I don't think anyone really gave me a shot. So then I went to car hire companies. I thought there's a lot of car hire companies in Birmingham. And a few of them were like, yeah, here's the car. Go do your thing. Do what you got to do. I didn't charge them for it. I thought just build my portfolio. And then from there, I'll obviously get more work. And then while I was doing that, I used to watch, obviously, Lord Aleem, I'm sure you know him on YouTube. I just watched his videos and I was like, I watched one of his videos, I was like, I can do better than that. So this was probably 10 o'clock in the night. I sent him an email. I go, Aleem, hey, I'm Suhail. This is what I do. Your videos are basically rubbish. That's actually what I said. I could probably find the email somewhere. I was quite blunt with him. I go, let me do a video for you. And then he emailed me back just straight away. He goes, come down tomorrow. We'll do a video. I was like, okay, perfect.
Brilliant.
Next day,
how did that make you feel?
I was like, yeah, finally someone gave me a shot here.
Yeah.
So, got up the next day.
Did you kind of sleep well that night?
No. I did that. I think this was probably 2013, I think, by then. Towards the end of 2013. So, went down. I had to wait around for ages because...
He's a busy guy.
No. He was asleep. He was actually completely forgot.
And that's not a nice thing to do.
No. I still speak to him now and then, so he laughs about that. But eventually he turned up.
Eventually,
yeah. I was probably waiting for about an hour for him to be honest with you. Shot the video. He's happy with it. So I was like, look, if you need any more stuff doing for your business, let me know. I'm available. He goes, yeah, no problem. And at the time they were still building their showroom, so it was still in construction. So I spoke to his dad. I said, look, this is my background. If you need anyone part of the team, I'm ready to come on. I said, look, once your showroom's built. He said, why wait till then? He goes, look, can you start now?
The cars are there anyway.
I was like, perfect. This is brilliant. So then, end of 2013, so beginning of 2014, I started working there. My job initially was just managing the office and the photography, managing the social media. And then slowly I've started doing a bit more, started doing some delivering cars, chauffeuring. At one point I was just doing everything.
Really? So tell me, how was it working for son and father?
It was good. I learned a lot from Aleem's dad. I learned a lot about business from him. He's a very shrewd businessman.
Is he?
Yeah. He don't take crap from anybody.
He doesn't take no for an answer?
Nah. So I learned a lot from him, and I think when I started working for my dad, I obviously built my confidence. But then I was speaking to one of my brother-in-laws recently, and he said, I think working at Pet, that really boosted your confidence, which I think it did, because it really took him out my shell. And then I was probably there for 4 years. No, about 4 years, about 3 to 4 years I was there. I loved it there. I really enjoyed it. But then I think eventually the time came, I thought...
Personality-wise, who was it better to work with, his dad or himself? Or were they, when they're both together, that's what the dream team was? Because
Yeah.
of course, look, human nature, there's disagreements, agreements, disaster. How do they take it? Okay, give me a story which you think, oh, this was like the most, either the funniest thing happened in the office, something went really bad. How did they handle that? And something when they got their first Bugatti, what was the kind of energy in the office back then?
Well, I was at a time when Liam was still in college, so he wasn't really around in the office much.
Oh, right, okay.
So this was, I think he was in his, late teens then, like 18, 19, 20. So he would normally come in after college. There's some stories that I probably can't share on camera, but
Some stories that you can.
that I can share.
Of course, we don't want to jeopardize anyone's business. That's not the
Yeah.
point. But, there's always that story which you can say, you know what, this is what happened. And it was just, I'm sure there must be like thousands, but
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one particular occasion. But bear in mind, this was around the time when a few of the cars got burnt as well. They
I
got
heard about that,
torched.
yeah.
So this was around that sort of time. So yeah, there's all sorts going on while I was there. So obviously the cars were getting burnt. We found out who it was in the end. I think Liam's mentioned this in another podcast as well. It was another fella who used to work there at the time while I was there.
Really bad.
Yeah, that's so. I remember when I first started working there. This individual, let's call him Cameron for argument's sake.
Mr. X.
Mr. X.
Let's not put any names on.
Call him Mr. X. The first day I was there, or the first week, he said, this Mr. X said, okay, come with me, let's go pick up a car from this place. I'm like, yeah, no problem. I went with him, picked up the car. I can't remember what car it was now. So it was a Bentley. I think it was a Bentley, yeah. So he goes, you drive the Bentley, I'll drive the other car. So he goes, just follow me back. He goes, we're not going back to the unit, we're going somewhere else. I was okay, fine. So I was following him, and he's like cutting people up and doing all sorts of maneuvers. So I'm trying to keep up with him. I don't know where we're going. So I'm trying to keep up with him. So then he says to me, okay, he brings me as we're down the road. He goes, okay, just drop the car to the car wash next door and then come into the office. So okay, fine. So I'll drop the car to the car wash. So as I'm walking into the office, Liam's dad comes out to me. He's like, Suhail, I've heard you've been driving the cars really harsh and really rough. So I'm thought back in my head, this guy's made me do this and then grasped me up. I'm like, from that day, I'm like, this guy, I don't like him. And then it turns out he's the one who ended up getting the cars burnt.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
That's really bad,
That's probably one of the stories I can share.
So, what did you feel at that time? Think, I bet you were like,
I
the hell just happened?
don't know what to say. Because I was new then. I'm like, I'm not really gonna say, oh no, he's.
Oh, you were new.
It's my first week.
Oh,
this is my first week. I was like, what am I supposed to say?
Oh,
but
bloody hell.
it is what it is.
Did that ever have that bad taste, or did it kind of come? Of course. Look, what I'm saying is like when you're the truthful one, it always comes out.
Yeah.
Right, and when you're the bad one, that always comes out.
Yeah.
So how long after was it that Suhail was all right? It wasn't him. It was the other guy.
It was probably after when all these cars got burnt, all that stuff. Like even while it was happening, they didn't know it was him until probably about 6 months, a year down the line. Is when they figured it out. But by then he'd left and started doing his own thing. I think he'd actually started his own car hire company as well at the time.
Yeah, what a terrible guy. What an absolute terrible guy.
Because there's actually a clip of Liam when he was mentioning the story, and somebody in the comments tagged me. They go, Suhail, is he talking about you? Because I'm sure you left us to run your own car hire company. I was like, no, it wasn't me.
In 2017, you launched your own car hire company. Now, working for Pet, and then straight after that, starting your own company, how did that kind of go down? Did you speak to them, say, look, there's my resignation letter.
Yeah.
And, but this is what I'm going to do. Do you guys have any problem with that? Or, because, sometimes when you go and do similar kind of business, people have a bitter taste.
Yeah.
And what did you learn from being part of Pet for over a decade? And how to handle, and how, you know, how dangerous the whole game is really. Like, you know, experience yourself, cars getting burnt left, right, center, insurance, you know, dealing with all sorts of people. So how did that kind of come about?
Well, initially, I had no intention of starting a car hire company. The way this all started out was, I remember I had a 3 Series on lease, and then the lease ended on that in 2017. And then I thought, okay, fine. I really liked the new E-Class that had come out. I was like, okay, I want to get an E-Class next. So I applied for the lease on the E-Class. They came back to me, they said, sorry, we can't give you an E-Class because you work for a car hire company. So I was like, okay. Because I had the same issue initially when I went to the 3 Series, but then I emailed them and said, look, if you look at the cars that we hire out, if you look at the 3 Series, completely different cars.
Two different things,
It's not what we do. And then I had the same issue with Mercedes with the E-Class. So I spoke to a friend of mine, Madassa, who was in the leasing business as well. He goes, I'll help you out. He goes, let me see what I can do for you. So then he came back to me and said, what we can do is if you set up a business and do it through as a business lease, Mercedes allow you to do that. Even if it's a car hire company, they allow that. I was like, okay, perfect, we'll do that. So I set up a company to get the car, and then put the application through. Came back, they refused it again. So I spoke to Madassa. I go, Madassa, what's going on? You said it'll go through. He goes, oh, let me see what I can find out. So then he managed to get through to Mercedes, and they're like, look, there's nothing wrong with the application. It's completely fine. Only because we've refused him in the past, we're not allowed to accept it this time. So I was like, oh, what am I going to do now?
What the hell?
So then I thought, I really wanted this car. I'm like, what am I going to do? And I thought, I've got the car hire business set up already. I've got the company registered. I might as well use it. That's basically what I've done. So I spoke to Linda and I said, look, this is where I'm at. This is the situation. Obviously, I didn't have an intention to do this.
Oh, you spoke to Aline?
He told his dad.
Yeah.
I said, this is where my intention is. I never had no intention to start a car hire business. But
I just wanted a car.
Basically, I just wanted
ended
to
up with a company.
You see, basically what it was. He was completely fine with it. He goes, look, you do what you got to do. He goes, look, I've got nothing against it. He goes, obviously, I can't have you working here and having your own car hire business. I thought, oh, that's fine. I understand that. No problem. He goes, look, if you want to do anything else, I'll support you. He goes, even in this, he goes, I've got no issue. I go, that's fine. So then I said, look, in that case, I want to step away and do my own thing. But look, I said, look, I'm not going to go into your level of cars. I'm just in executive cars, stuff that you don't deal with. So I'm not going to step on your toes.
Yeah.
Completely fine with that. So I gave him my notice. I think I left after about a month. I was like, okay, fine. Now I got to get a car. Can't get a lease. How am I supposed to...
Uncle, can I borrow one of your cars to hire out?
So then basically what I ended up doing was, I spoke to my dad. I said, look, Dad, this is what I want to do. I want to get a car. I want to hire it out. I had a spreadsheet. This is the returns we can get on the car. It came like a mini business plan. Spoke to my dad and my uncles. They're like, yeah, we'll give you some cash. So I'm like, they gave me some money. So with that, went to Mercedes Solihull, bought myself an E-Class. And then from there, I just started my hiring business.
How did that go?
It was okay, to be fair. There's a few stories.
Would you recommend a car hiring business?
No. People always ask me, like, said I'm starting a car hire business, what advice would you give me? I'm like, first advice, don't do it. That's basically what I say to them.
And there's no other advice.
Unless you've got experience in the car hire business, which I had.
Yeah.
Unless you've got experience in it, I'd say don't do it. Because I didn't have any major issues. Well, actually, there was one, which we'll get into, which is a bit of a story.
Yeah, go on then.
But yeah, generally, I would sort of vet my customers. Like, I wouldn't give it to everyone that called. I'd get like 20 people calling me in a day. I'm like, only 2 or 3 I take seriously. Like, someone rings the phone, like, yo, Kazi, what car you got? I'm like, what car do you need? Or anything. Okay, I got an E-Class. When do you need it for? I need it for a week, any date. I'm like, okay, I know what you're going to use the car for. No, sorry, I got nothing available. So I get a lot of that. But then I was kind of really strict of who to give the cars to. Generally, no issues at all. Yeah, the odd few scuff here, there, it's understandable, but nothing major. The only major thing I had was towards the end of when I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get out of this now. I've had enough. A friend of mine, he was hiring cars as well, so he's like, look, Suhail, I've got one of my regular customers. He wants your 5 Series for a month.
For a month?
For a month. He goes, he's gonna pay you this much money. I was like, yeah. I was like, look, is he a regular? You trust me? Yeah, I trust him, my regular guy. I was like, fine. Like, I've known this guy for many years. I was like, okay, fine, no problem. Here's the car, I'll drop it off to you. So I dropped the car off to him. I said, okay, when you give me the money, he goes, okay. Because the only issue is because the car's going to Barcelona. Because my customer's there. He goes, the car's gonna stay there in Barcelona for the month. I was like, okay, no problem. As long as you trust the guy, I trust you. He goes, okay, fine, perfect. Okay, when am I gonna get the money? My guy's gonna drop the car off to Barcelona and he's gonna bring the money back and he'll pay you. I was like, okay, no problem, we'll do that. So then he took the car, and then this was beginning of 2020, I think January, February time.
Just before COVID.
It's January, I think. It was December, January. Towards the end of 2019, beginning of 2020. So by this time, I'd actually already started my detailing business as well. So I was kind of running both, so it was a bit of a mad time. So a week went by, no money. I'm like, where's the money? It's coming, don't worry, it's coming. I'm like, okay, fine.
And this is the person you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because this guy introduced me to quite a few people who are very close with me today, and like, they've helped me out a lot. So like, this guy, like, I trust him. So in the end, a couple of weeks went by. He's like, look, I've transferred it to you. I'm like, nothing's coming to my account. And he's just stringing me along. Eventually got like $1,000 off him, a little bit here and there. I think in the end, the month was coming up to an end. I'm like, look, the month's coming up to an end. You got to clear the balance. He goes, look, we'll clear it. He goes, but the guy wants to extend it for another month. I said, you can extend it for another month, but I want the next month's cleared and whatever's owed.
Exactly.
Clear that.
You can keep the car for a year.
No problem. He goes, okay, let me sort that out. Then I was going on holiday with the family to LA. This was the February half term. I said, look, I'm going on holiday. By the time I come back, either I want the money waiting for me or I want my car back. One or the other. He goes, that's fine, no problem. So I went, came back, and no car. Okay, fine.
Bringing no money.
No money, no car. I was like, okay, fine. Let's see what's going on. So I rang him. I was like, bro, where's the car? Yeah, look, the car's there, don't worry. I'll get you money. I was like, look, you've been saying this for 2 months. I need the car or the money right now. So then I rang another friend of ours, let's call him Mr. Z. He's got another car hire company at the moment, and he's like my brother. He was introduced to me through let's call him Mr. A.
Yeah.
So I said to Mr. Z, look, Mr. A is introduced me to you originally a couple of years ago. We started doing work together, wherever. All my cars were on Mr. Z's car hire policy. He had a proper hire policy, so he's helped me out. We used to work together. I used to hire his cars out. He used to hire my cars out. So I said to Mr. Z, look, this is the situation. He's taken my car to Barcelona. I've got no money. I got no car. What am I supposed to do? He goes, you got the spare key? I was like, I got the spare key. He goes, go pick the car up. I was like, okay, I'll go pick the car up. So I rang Qamar. He was my business partner now. At the time, he was a customer of mine, actually. He used to hire my cars out. So I got quite close with him. I was like, Qamar, listen, I'm going to Barcelona to pick up my car. Do you want to come with me? I think at the time...
I wish I knew you back then.
At the time...
I would be like, I'll come with you.
At the time, Qamar was... He's much younger than me. I'm about 36. Qamar was... He's 23, 24 now. I think he was like... He was a teenager then, like 18, 19.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, he's like, I'll calm down. So this was a journey full of all sorts, man. Started off, we left here, got onto the motorway to Luton Airport. Qamar left his passport at home.
Oh, for God's sake.
So we turned back around, picked up his passport, went to Luton, missed the flight, first of all. Stayed at the airport hotel for the next day's flight. Got there, had a tracker on the car. I could see exactly where the car was. So I've got all sorts going through my head at the time, thinking, what if the car's on Spanish number plates, and what am I supposed to do? What if the car's locked in an underground car park? I've got the spare key, but what am I supposed to do? So where the car was, it wasn't in Barcelona. It was like a little sort of village outside, like right on the coast. So found the nearest hotel, checked in there, said to Kumar, okay, look, this is a morning flight that we got. So it was morning there. I was like, look, let's check into the hotel. Let's just walk down to where the car was. I think it's about 20-minute walk to where the car was. Let's make sure the car's there. If the car's there,
just walk past it.
That's what
we
done.
We just got to see what the situation is.
Walk down, car's there, parked nicely. They put brand new tires in for me as well.
Oh, nice.
I was like, wow, this is perfect. UK number plate. I'm like, perfect. So my friend Mr. Z rings me. He goes, you got the car? I'm like, I'm here now. He goes, just get in the car, drive off in it. What are you waiting for? I'm like, oh, nah, but I want to do it in the night. Like, imagine like someone comes or whatever. I'm going to come in the night when no one's there. Jump in the car, drive off. He goes, no, trust me, just do it now. So I left the key in the hotel. So we'd walk 20 minutes back to the hotel. so then I said to Kumar, you wait here. This was like some, I felt like I was in some movie.
You can never be a James Bond, can you?
That's why
you mess up so bad everywhere. Oh shit, I've left my passport. I left my gun at home. Oh shit, I've left this at home.
So I felt like I was in a movie. I was like, come on, listen, this is what we're going to do, yeah? You're going to stay in the hotel. I'm going to go to the car. As soon as I got the car, I'm going to ring you. You're going to check out. And I'll meet you in the lobby. And then we're going to shoot off. So that's what the plan was. Oh, so you go, okay, fine, that's what we'll do. So I've gone there. I've got the key, jumped in the car, shot off to the hotel. Quickly checked the car, make sure there's nothing illegal in the car, obviously. So I don't want to go over the border and get into more trouble. Everything was fine. There's a bit of rubbish in the car. Get in the car, check out the hotel, drive off. Mr. A's ringing me. Oh, Suhail, you didn't need to pick up the car like that. What have you done? You know, this is wrong. I go, look, it's my car. I go, you owe me money in the car. What am I supposed to do? It's your car. You do the same thing. He goes, no, I will pay you to take the car back. And sorry, this is not even ringing me. Sorry, he's ringing me. I'm not answering his call. He's messaging me all this. So I'm like, okay, fine. I've ignored him. So then we're out of Spain. We're in France by now. We stop off at McDonald's to eat. And as we're there, my friend Mr. Z rings me and goes, hey, are you there? You got the car? Like, yeah, look, we're in France. We're halfway back. He goes, okay. He goes, so-and-so is going to ring you to see what he's saying. So this so-and-so has got another car hire company in Birmingham, quite well known. I go, okay, let me see what he's going to say. So he rings me. He goes, oh, Suhail, take the car back. Give the car back to them. He's quite close with these people in Barcelona who actually had the car. I go, look, I don't know who you are. I've never met you in my life. You're saying you're going to pay me whatever to take the car back. Well, look, I've got no guarantee I'm going to get that money. So that he puts my friend Mr. Z on the phone and says, look, take the car back, I'll pay you. So I said to Mr. Z, look, do you vouch for this? Look, you're like my brother. If you say to me, take the car back, I'll take the car back. I won't say no. I won't think twice. So Mr. Z, look, take the car back. If you don't get paid, I'll pay you. I'll go, fine. I'll trust you like a brother. So I've turned around back to Barcelona again.
Oh, for God's sake.
So we've driven back there. So they've been parked up outside this apartment, whatever. And these guys have come out. I think about three of them. So me and Gun were there. They go take us into the apartment. So I was like, look, no hard feelings. No, I got no issues with you boys. But obviously, Mr. A owes the money for this car. He's not paid me. They're like, look, we thought he'd paid you. You know, that's between you. We've sorted it with him. He needs to pay you now. So I'm like, okay. So then they're like, listen, you're brave picking your car up like this. You know, we could have dealt with you if we seen you. I was like, look, it's fine. You know, don't worry about it. It's my car. If you hadn't paid, what am I going to do? You do the same if it was your car. So they're like, look, you know, we would have shot you. I'm like, okay.
Say that again. Come again.
Yeah. I was like, okay. I'll go. They go, you think we're lying? I was like, no, I believe you. He goes, wait the 1 second. I was like, okay, is this going? So the two of them have got up and walked off. So while they've gone off, I was speaking to the other lad that was there. Turns out I know one of his cousins. So we're chatting. I'm like, yeah, you know, he's like, oh yes, so and so is my cousin, and he said, look, oh, that's Suhail's car. He's seen a picture of the car. That's Suhail's car you've got. You know, he's a nice guy. Make sure you look after the car, whatever. So I'm a bit calm, like, okay, fine. This guy, I know his cousin. It's all right. We've got like a mutual understanding here. So then the other two guys come in. There's like the main guy, and then one of his little henchmen. Put some rubber gloves on, pulls out a gun from a rucksack. So I'm like, come on, looking at me. I'm like, okay, where's this going? I'm like, oh my God.
Oh,
So then they could, I go, look, I believe you. You don't need to use that.
yeah, I believe you.
But they're like, look, you know, we just thought you don't want to know what we're about. I go, look, I know what you're about. Just don't worry about it. So they're like, okay, fine, look. So we've agreed that they're going to keep the car for another week, and then I can go back and pick the car up because they need to sort another car for themselves and whatnot. So then they said, look, we'll pay for your flight back. We'll pay for all your expenses. The hotel in Luton Airport that we had to stay in, they go, we'll pay for all that. I was like, perfect. That's we got a free trip basically. So they've
and nearly got killed.
Basically, yeah. My mum and dad are gonna kill me for this because they know the story, but they don't know this part of the story, but they're gonna find out now.
Sorry,
it's
Mum
fine.
and
So then they go, yeah, we'll drop you off to a hotel. We'll pay for your hotel for the extra night that you gotta stay here. Because
so they were quite nice people.
They were right people. So they dropped us back to the hotel that we've just checked out of. So and they paid us for
Did the receptionist say, "Hang on, you guys are back quite quick. What happened?"
Because they've paid us for the room. They go, yeah, here's your money for the room for the night, whatever. I was like, yeah, perfect. So I went to the hotel. I thought, oh God, but let me try something. I go, we just checked out this room. Can we just get the key for it? They're like, yeah, no problem. Here's the key. So I didn't have to pay for an extra night. Got an extra night for free.
Oh,
basically.
Nice.
And I kept the money that they gave me as well. I don't know how many euros it was. But yeah, flew back. So then I went back a week later, picked the car up on my own, which was another experience. Which they didn't want to give the car back. They're like, no, we're not giving the car back. So a few of the people had to get involved. My wife's ringing me saying, what's going on? Forget the car, just come back. I'm like, look, don't worry, it's under control. It's sorted. I don't know what had happened. They'd changed their mind last minute. Like, yeah, you're not getting your car back. We're keeping the car. We're taking the tracker out. I'm like, fine. So I rang my friend here. I go, listen, you know the people, you deal with it. In the end, they go, we'll give you your car back, take it back, but you got to take something back for us to the UK. So I'm like, oh, nah, I know they're going to give me, either they're going to give me some drugs or something, or cash. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I go, depends what it is, tell me what it is. He goes, it's, because remember, this was just before COVID. So it was a Friday, so I went to Jummah, and I was walking back from Jummah, and this is when they ring me, they go, look, take something back for us. I go, nah. He goes, it's my dog. I go, you must take a dog back to the UK. He goes, yeah, my friends will meet you in London. They'll take it off you. I'm like, nah. I go, I've never looked after a dog. I go, I'm scared of dogs. So I'm like, listen, I'm allergic to dogs. So I'm like, nah, can't do it. So my friend's like, listen, send me a photo of the dog. Let me see what dog it is. So get there and, bro, it's a Pitbull. I'm like, nah. No way. So I sent my friend a photo. Friend's like, that dog's worth big money, you know, bring it back. He goes, I'll take it off you. Like, nah, it's not happening. So in the end,
imagine that dog has a pissed off day.
Yeah.
And, you know, bites your head off while you're driving.
Exactly. So I was like, nah, there's no way I'm doing this. So then I was like, hang on, shall I just say yeah and then drive down the road, let the dog out and then just carry on driving? That thought actually went through my head. I was like, should I do it? I was like, nah, I'll go. That's just bad for the dog. Forget that. I can't do that. So in the end, he said, I said, I'll send somebody with you. I'll go. I said, fine. You send one of your guys with me. He'll look after the dog. I ain't going to touch the dog. Your guy's going to pay for all the fuel to drive back. He's going to pay for the Euro
all
tunnel.
your expenses, yeah.
He's going to pay for it. He goes, that's fine. Yeah, we'll do that. I go, perfect. So he set up with his guys with me. Got all the way to Calais. We had to get the dog paperwork checked before we got on the train. Turns out the dog's not got one of its vaccinations that it's supposed to have. They're like, yeah, sorry, mate, you can't get on the train. The vet's going to come in the morning at 7 o'clock. He'll give the vaccination, then you can travel. I said to the guy, I go, listen, I ain't waiting till the morning. I'm going to drop you to a hotel. I'm going. He goes, that's fine. So I dropped him to a hotel in Calais. I came back to Birmingham. And that was that.
That 5 Series was not a very good deal to begin with.
It was, well, in the end, I got paid in the end. Whatever I was owed, I got paid all my expenses. In the end,
But it's that
it
headache,
was a
isn't
headache
it?
that I didn't need. But I had the car hire business for 3 years. That's the only real main issue that I had. Apart from that, it was little small bits here and there. Nothing major.
I mean, not much comes close to this anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like having a gun pulled out you just for the sake of it, and then
Yeah.
you're in a foreign country. You just took a car, your own car,
Yeah.
halfway into Europe, and then drive it back down. It, like it says, it sounds
Yeah.
like a bloody film.
Yeah, it was an experience.
Wow, that's an amazing experience.
Not an experience I want to do again.
Would you ever do it again?
I don't know, I might.
In COVID, how did COVID hit you? Because you were doing your car detailing,
Yeah.
um,
And car hire together at the same
and car
time.
hire together, yeah.
Because
So how did that affect you financially, business, and did you think that shit? What have I just done?
Yeah, so I started the detailing business in December 2019. And the only reason I started this was with my hire cars. A lot of my friends who had supercars, they're like, look, Suhail, can you wash my car? Because we see, you clean your own cars, you keep them in really good condition, and I don't want to take my car to the car wash because they're going to scratch it, they're going to do this. Can you wash my car? I'm like, yeah, no problem. So one particular friend, Saeed, still a customer to this day. Actually, I've got his car at my unit now, actually, funny enough.
It's not in Barcelona, is it?
No.
In my unit in Barcelona, being looked after.
It's a BMW, well, actually, by the way.
You stay away from BMWs, bro.
So then he said, look, we've got a Lamborghini Aventador. Can you wash it for me? I was like, yeah, no problem. Brought it down to at this time. I had my car, I used to park in my dad's garage at his house, so I used to wash it in his drive. So he came down, washed his car, gave me like, I can't remember how much it was, like 40 quid just for an outside wash. I was like, bro, what are you doing, man? That's too much money. I wasn't even gonna take money off you in the first place to begin with. I go, nah, leave it. He goes, nah. He goes, is it too much? I go, forget too much. No, he goes, is it too less? I go, no, it's too much. I go, I don't want it. So then he put another 20. He goes, yeah, 60 quid to take it. I was like, are you sure? He goes, yeah, I'm sure. Okay, fine. Then I'm like,
His Aventador, you washed
Yeah.
his Aventador, yeah.
I'm like, my man just paid £60 for an outside wash. I was like, I can make some money
I
here
can do the inside as well if you want.
for an extra 60. Basically. So I'm like, hang on. And I didn't really know anything about detailing or anything at the time. So I was like, I'm like, yeah,
Standard
I can wash a
wash.
car. That's about it.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, let me look into this. So this is probably at mid 2019 this happened. So then I went onto YouTube, started watching videos on detailing. I was like, I need to know what detailing is about because I think there's money in this. So I learned everything. So I spent 6 months researching everything, working out what's going to cost me to set something up. So then December 2019 is when I started the business. I bought a van for about $5,000, kitted it all out inside myself, put like a jet wash in there, water tank, and I was like, yeah, let's get going.
Hit the road, man.
So this was just before COVID, and then this whole Barcelona mission was February 2020. So the day I got back from Barcelona, the second time after I got the car, the next day they closed the borders for Barcelona for COVID.
Oh,
So I just about made it back as well. But then with COVID, the issue was my detailing business was new. I had hardly any customers for that.
yeah.
And my my car hire business, 99% of my customers were wedding hires, and obviously during COVID, weddings were finished. So I was paying for insurance on the cars, which was about £500 a month per car.
How many cars?
And the policy, I think I had 3 cars at the time, so I was paying
1,500 quid
a
going
month
out.
just for insurance. Cars weren't going out, so what the hell am I supposed to do? So then I'm like, all right, let's see what we can do with this. I thought I gotta push the detailing now because the car hire is just killing me. It wasn't going anywhere, to be honest with you. Detailing was up, like, what have I done? I'm like, I've put all this money in this and I'm getting no return. I was getting odd 1-2 jobs here and there, like a £50 job, £60 job, but it wasn't covering any of my costs. But yeah, COVID was hard. Like, there's a point where my wife probably doesn't even know how bad it was. Like, I was literally broke, like fully broke. Like, whatever savings I had were gone. And I was just living off my credit cards, maxed out my credit cards. I was like, what am I doing? Then eventually I was like, you know what, forget this. And then lockdown happened when you weren't allowed to go out or anything. So then when that happened, I started my detailing as well. I was getting furlough pay or whatever through my business, but then obviously you're getting all the grants and stuff that were being given out. But because I never had a physical unit or an office,
Yeah, you needed a space.
I wasn't getting anything. So the only thing I was getting, like my furlough pay, which was hardly anything it wasn't covering my costs. So like I need to do something here.
It's enough for grocery shopping. That's about it.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, what are we doing here now? Managed to, couple of months into it, I was like, you know, I forget this lockdown, man. I need to wash cars. I was like, hang on, car washes are closed as well. Why don't I just do mobile car washes? Started advertising it, started getting busier. Alhamdulillah, slowly started getting busier and busier and busier with that. Then once the restrictions eased, I was massively in debt because I still had to pay my dad back for the E-Class that I bought, but I hadn't paid him back completely on that. I had all my credit cards to pay off. I had a few of the loans that I ended up taking out. So I was like, look, it's the only way I could have survived. Because obviously at that time I'd moved out of my mum and dad. I had my own house. You got your bills to pay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, okay, what are we doing now? But yeah, that was probably the hardest point in my life, that COVID time. But alhamdulillah, I got through it. And then just hit car traders. Like, look, this is what I do. Let me clean your cars for you. So I remember this is the winter. It'd be snowing, raining. I'd go to these car lots, spend all day there, clean like 6, 7, 8 cars, make a couple £100 a day. I like just whatever I can make, just make it.
Wow.
So then it got to a point where I was like, most of my work was these car traders. But then the issue was when I was going there, it was raining. I'm like, oh, how am I supposed to clean the car if it's raining? I was like, I need somewhere to clean these cars. So I said to my dad, I was like, Dad, look, I need somewhere indoors. You got a garage. Can I use it? He goes, yeah, no problem. You can use it. And it's like it's not like a single garage. It's like in between a double and a single garage. So it's like a decent size. So then I'd made some money by then. So whatever money I had, I think it cost me about £5,000. Put it into this garage, extended it a bit, made it a bit bigger, put like a roller shutter on there, kitted all this. I put the lighting in there, what I needed for detailing and stuff, and started from there then. And then I'd get a lot of business from car traders. So where I was charging them like peanuts first, I was like, now look, you know what, I got more work coming in, my work's getting better, I can start charging more. So I think starting off charging like £20-30 for a wash, then I ended up like £80, £90, £100. So okay, fine, I can get more work coming in now. And then from there, it just slowly built and built and built, just from that garage. And then I remember then I started getting supercars coming in. Like a friend of mine had a Nissan GTR, and another one had a Lamborghini Huracan. I detailed that.
Porsche Taycan.
Yeah.
We won't mention who.
I've been trying to get him to detail it. He doesn't want to spend any money.
He's too tight, bro.
He's
for
very
that.
tight. But yeah, then I started putting a lot of content on social media then as well. I think my Instagram page is like 17k followers so far. So slowly building that up as well. Then I started putting videos onto YouTube as well.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, when I extended the garage, started working out there, getting more work, I took my cousin on full time as well. So he used to work for me. So we're getting more and more work done. And then yeah, it's just.
So how's business now then? Because you know what? From what it sounds like, you really hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
How did that affect you physically and mentally? Financially, we know it was rock bottom.
Yeah.
You know, when your credit cards are maxed out, you've got loans and stuff that you've taken out just to survive. Yeah, that's rock bottom. But how did that affect you mentally?
Mentally,
that's really important, because a lot of people think, you know, oh, he's doing so well, he's doing this, he's doing that. But when you listen to someone's story and where they've kind of come up from, bro, not many people can make it, you know?
Yeah.
Not many people can make it.
You know, generally, I'm a very laid back guy. I don't really let anything sort of phase me. But what I've noticed recently as well is I've been getting very anxious about stuff, and I think it all started around that sort of time. So I think my anxiety really plays up, so I get worried about stuff really easily now. I think generally in the detailing industry, mental health is actually quite common. Mental illnesses.
Yeah.
There was a YouTuber that I used to watch, JP Details on YouTube.
I think I've heard of that, you know.
Yeah, he's in the Midlands somewhere, Stafford or somewhere. And
is he a young lad? JP Detail.
You're thinking about somebody else, I think.
Anyways, yeah. Just right.
Yeah, I was going to mention who you're thinking about with my competitors, so I don't want to mention that.
Oh no, we don't like competitors.
Yeah. But yeah, his videos were really good, so I'd learn a lot from his videos. Then randomly, he just stopped making videos. I was like, "Where's this guy gone?" So I was just like reading through the comments, and someone put like a link to an article, so I went into it, and apparently he'd some mental issues, and he'd just disappeared from home one day, and just nobody knew where he went.
Really? And he did car detailing?
Yeah, and then he came back. He done one or two videos, and then now apparently he's closed up his business and he's just really stopped it. But with detailing, it's not easy, because you got a lot of competition. First of all, you got a lot of cowboys who are charging peanuts. Like there's no way you can compete with it. Like with me, like I got all my overheads to think about, which
of course everyone's got overheads.
Like when I was at my dad's place, I had hardly any overheads then. It was just my products, my equipment. Paid my dad for water and electric, and that was it. Now where I'm in the unit now, bro, this last year it's killed me as well. It's like I've gone back to zero again.
At least you know you've got your clientele base there.
Yeah, because I remember beginning of last year, so where are we now, 2023, I wanted to grow the business. I'm at a good place now where I'm like, look, I can grow it, and I'd stopped the car hire by then. I was like, look, I don't really want to do that. So detailing, I know I can grow it. So it was hard for me to do all the marketing, all the sales, all the actual physical work, and just manage everything. I thought, I can't do all of this. So I had my cousin Yaqub working for me, and I had Aman working for me, I had two of them working for me. Then even that, it came to a point where it's a bit up and down, the work, so it wasn't consistent. So there was some months where it was very, very quiet. And I ended up just saying to Aman, I was like, Aman, look, I'm going to have to let you go. Look, when I do get busier again, I'll call you back in, but at the moment, I can't afford to pay you.
Yeah.
So I got rid of Aman. So it's just me and Yaqub doing it. And then in the end, then Yaqub was like, look, I want to step away and go into the family business, which is Al Hidayah. So he's still there at the moment. Yaqub is. So then what happened was January 2023, I'm like, I need to grow the business, but I can't do it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And then government rings me out of the blue. He's like, Suhail, have you got any jobs?
Wow.
I'm like, I haven't got any jobs. I'm like, look.
But I need a partner though.
Then I said,
Have you got some money? I need a partner.
that's basically what I said to him. I was like, listen.
Really?
I said to him, listen, rather than giving you a job, do you want part of the business? He's like, yeah. He goes, I'll do it. He goes, how much? So I gave him the figure. I go, this much, and I'll give you this percentage of the business. He goes, all right. And he had a BMW M140i at the time.
So please keep away from BMWs. I've had enough. I don't need no BMWs.
So then what he did was he sold his car, put the money into the business, and got into the unit where we are now. I think we ended up, I can't remember how many thousands we spent on the building, getting kitting out the business, the unit. So whatever I'd saved and built up, I've just been putting aside. All went to the unit now. So then once the unit's open, my pockets are empty again. I'm like back to zero,
square one.
fully back to square one. So I'm like, come on, this has gotta work. We put all our money into this. We're paying like $2,500 a month rent. Then we got obviously wait. Then but then we've told Aman to come back on as well. Like, look, we've got this unit. We've got the work coming in. Aman, we need you back. So Aman's come back on. We've got my wage, Gomer's wage, Aman's wage. Got the rent, business rates, electric, gas, water. I'm like, how am I going to pay all this, man? I'm looking at the bills. I'm like, and my dad, I was paying him a couple £100 a month for the gas and electric. I was like, here, just to break even, we got to be making minimum 16, 17, 18 grand a month. I'm like, how the hell am I going to do that? So the first year, so see this, I think we opened in May 2023. First year, I don't think we made any money. We literally just broke even. And then we started off with PPF services.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I actually started PPF services when I was at my dad's garage.
Yeah.
So I done 1 or 2 cars there, but it wasn't the right environment for it. Like, it was a bit dusty, so the jobs
it has to be spotless.
the jobs weren't perfect. A couple of my friends, they offered me their cars. They said, you can PPF my car. I was like, look, I'm not going to charge you any labour. You pay for whatever the material costs me, and I'll do PPF your car.
Which is fine.
I thought, perfect.
Because, with that, what happens is, even if the job is not 100%, they don't mind.
Yeah.
Because they've got it virtually for free, really.
Yeah.
So, little bits here and there, okay, fine. It is what it is.
Yeah, so there's a few of them that I know.
Which helps you as well.
I have to thank him on camera.
Yeah.
Faris from KBT, massive thank you to him. And also my friend Akil's brother, Adil. They gave me their cars. Faris bought a brand new Audi RS6, gave it to me for PPF.
That's a monster.
He trusted me with that. And Adil has bought a brand new Nissan GTR. He trusted me with the PPF on that. But then from there, I had a few PPF was coming in. So I done a few in the garage. But at the time, I thought they were good. I was like, yeah, I'm doing a good job here. But now looking back at them, like, yeah, them jobs are no good.
Wow.
But then when I moved into the unit, I was like, look, we got the space for it now. We got the right environment. We need to push PPF. So I took on... first, I was doing PPF on my own. And then I was back at the same situation again. I was like, look, I need to be growing the business. Me and government need to be growing the business. I can't be hands-on here. I need to get someone to do the PPF. So I put an ad out. I need a PPF installer. I think we were paid a decent amount of money we were offering. And then we had somebody come on board, which kind of ruined us, to be fair. He was somebody who I knew from the past. Like, I'd known him while I was working at PET. He was in like a similar circle to us, so I knew of this individual. And he randomly rings Qamar, on the rings the business lines. Qamar speaks to him. He's like, look, I can do PPF. Can I come down? I was like, yeah, come down. So he turns up and it's him.
It's not the guy who burns cars.
No, it wasn't him. It wasn't him.
Your best mate.
So this guy turns up. He's like, yeah, I don't do PPF. I've been working at this company I've got 10 years experience in PPF. I'm like, okay, fine. So at the time, I was in the middle of PPFing a G-Wagon. I was like, okay, fine. Here you go. Here's a bonnet. I've been struggling with the bonnet. I want you to do it for me. I thought, first of all, he's going to do his bonnet for me, which I can't do any of it myself. So I'm going to get that done for free. And then I can see how good he is as well.
Yeah. If you can do that, then you can do a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, he done the bonnet for me. And then while he was there, he ended up doing helping me with the bumper and doing a few little bits. I looked at Qamar, I was like, Qamar, bro, this guy's like an angel, man. He's come when we needed him. Like, we're getting PPF jobs coming in. And his quality is so much better than ours. I'm like, this is what we needed. So we sat down with him, like, so how much you want to get paid? He's like, oh, I'm a contractor, so I get paid £350 a day. I'm like, what?
Huh?
I'm like, are you a week or a day? He goes, no, a day. I was like, nah, we can't afford to pay that.
But thanks for the G-Wagon
Basically.
anyway.
So in the end, so then he was like, okay, I tell you what. He goes, look, I know you from this long. What I'll do is, can we agree on £250 a day? So then I worked it out in my head. I thought, okay, fine, we're going to make this much money on a car. If we pay him this much, we're still making money. Not as much as we want, but we're getting our name out there for PPF.
Yeah.
So that's how I thought of it. I was like, okay, fine.
Sometimes you kind of...
Yeah, so let's see where it goes. So we got him on board. So he done a few cars for us. Jobs came out perfect. I'm very happy with them. So then I spoke to a company called Individual Specialist Cars. So they're approved repairers for...
Individual, up in... behind the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his name?
Amar and Z.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, so there's one of the managers there, Afi. I've known him, got him quite well. So I've known him while I was working at Pet. So because all our Pet's cars used to go there for repair, so I'd known him from there.
Mm-hmm.
So I said to come on one day. But I still remember this day. We were driving back from. Can't remember where we were driving back from. This is Comrie, going back to the unit. Like, come on, let me ring Afi. Let's see if we can get any work from them. So I ring Afi. Like, Afi, listen, this is what we do. We do PPF, and I knew the quality was there at the point. Like, his quality is good.
His garage is bad, you know.
It is, isn't it?
Sick.
Yeah. So then I was like, you know what? Let's offer him PPF. Like, Afi, we can do PPF for you. We know our quality is up to individual standard. Give us a shot. He's like, all right, we'll drop you McLaren tomorrow. I was like, yeah, no problem. I was like, yeah,
Take your time.
I was like, yeah, send it, no problem, we'll do it. So orange McLaren gets dropped off next day. I think he needed a bonnet and a wing and one of the piece doing on their PPF. Got that car done, absolutely perfect. Sent it back. They're happy, so they're sending us regular work now. So we're getting regular work from like, yeah, perfect. This is exactly what we needed.
Yeah.
And a lot of this is insurance work as well.
Yeah.
So we're getting paid big money for it. So I'm like, yeah, perfect. We can afford to pay him his £250 a day now because we're getting
You got the
that
work coming
from
in,
there.
innit? Yeah.
So then, about 5-6 months go by. I'm not even checking this PPF installer's work anymore. I'm like, his work's good.
That's natural trust, isn't it?
Yeah. So then he's doing a car, and then while he's PPFing, I've kind of jumped on. I've given him a hand here and there, and I'm picking up a lot from him as well. So my PPF's getting much better as well. So we're working on an Aston Martin. I still remember this. And Aston Martin is me, Kamar, and the individual. And he's like, yeah, I want to get paid more. So I'm like, no, we're paying you enough. He's like, no, I want to get paid more. So at the time, he was going through some family issues and stuff as well. He's having time off, this and that. And I was flexible with him. I was, look, you know, you got issues at home, whatever. Apparently, he had money issues. I was saying, can I borrow some money? I need to put 20 quid here, 30 quid there. I was giving him money, not a problem. You know, I was so him like a brother. And I gave him the respect. So then, in the end, he wanted more money. He's like, look, I want more money. I was like, we can't afford to pay you more money. So then, he'd done a front end PPF on a car. Is like the bonnet, bumper, wings, headlights, whatnot. Normally, we take a full day to do that job. He'd done it in half a day, and he'd left. So I'm like, okay, we're only paying you for half a day that day. He's like, no, just because I've done the job quicker doesn't mean you only pay me for half a day. You're paying me for the full day. I'm like, how does that make sense?
Yeah, we're paying for the job, aren't we?
Yeah. So then he's finished that job. And no, sorry, it wasn't a Aston Martin. It was a Porsche 911 Turbo S. It's a full car getting PPF'd. So he'd completed the job. I'd not checked the car. Car's gone back to individual. After he rings me, he goes, Suhail, this job is so shit on this Porsche. I'm like, what? I'm like, what's wrong with it? He goes, come now, look at it. So I'm like, okay. So I ring the PPF guy. I go, look, there's an issue with the Porsche. Come with me to individual. Let's see what the issue is. So he's come with me. We walk around the car. They've pointed out a few issues on the car. 2 or 3 small bits needed to get redone. I was like, look, we can redo it. Not a problem. Not the end of the world. So this PPF guy goes, I can't do this day because I've got so-and-so going on at home. But I can do, I think this is a Monday, because I can do it on a Thursday. So in the end, Thursday comes by, he's like, oh, I can't do it. He's making excuses. So I ring Afi, go, Afi, he's kind of, pulling out now. He goes, look, let me come and do it myself. So I was confident in my standard. I was like, yeah, I'll come and do it. So I've gone to individual. I thought, it's only a few panels. No point bringing the car all the way back to us. Replaced a few panels. But as I'm doing it, I've noticed more issues with the car. So I've called Afi. I was like, look, these are the issues. Look, this. All these. Virtually the whole car needs to get redone again. So a full roll of PPF cost me just over $1,000. So we've used just over $1,000 worth of PPF on that car, which has gone to waste. I've paid him near enough about $1,000 as well. So I'm $2,000 down. So then they're like, the car's got to get redone. So send the car back to my unit. They go, but the only issue is the customers are out of his hire car, his courtesy car. So we're having to pay now to extend it. So this car's got to get done rapid. So I remember I've pulled like some mad hours, like 2-3 days, done a full car on that. Normally it takes a week to do a full car. I'm doing like 2-3 days. Car's gone back to individual. 2-3 days gone by, not heard a single word. I was like, okay, They're happy with the car. Then they ring us back. Okay, there's an issue with one panel on the car. We're happy with everything else. There's just one thing we're not happy with. I'm like, okay, bring it, let me do it. They're like, look, the bosses are not happy. They want to send the car to another company. Who originally PPF the car. So they've peeled all the PPF off and redone the whole car. And I've not got paid for that job. So it's cost me over £2,000 in PPF and £1,000 for him. So I'm down over £3,000. And then this guy is not turned back up. So then I've said to him, look, I want some money back for this job. Look, I've paid you near enough £1,000. I want some money back. He goes, okay, fine. So he's giving me £100 or £200 here and there. He's like, I'll sort the rest out with you. So then he's like, oh, I've got my friend's G-Wagon. He wants a PPF. Can I PPF it here? I'll pay you to use the bay. Okay, no problem. And he goes, you get the PPF. I'll pay for the PPF. You cut it. I'll pay for that for your labor. Oh, that's fine, no problem. We agreed a price. Then he's like, oh, my friend wants me to do it at his unit. I'll go, okay, fine, no problem. I think I'm a bit too trusting. And as our mutual friend Sunny says, he goes, I'm too nice. I was like, yeah, no problem, do it.
I could tell, yeah.
Yeah. So then he cut the PPF for him, give it to him. He pays me a majority of it because I'll pay you the rest once the customer pays me. I was like, yeah, no problem. So then he's like, oh, while I'm there, I've got another car I need to get on like a front bumper. Cut the PPF for him, tell him how much it is, give it to him. He's like, yeah, no, I'll sort it out with you. After that, not heard a single word from him.
Oh,
ignoring my phone calls. But I found out he's got a unit and he's doing his own PPF somewhere else in his own unit. And he has tried to steal my customers from me. Because I remember there's one customer who we both actually know him. So I remember this customer came to get his RS3 PPF'd, and this PPF installer was like, oh yeah, I know you from the area. So this customer, he's happy with the PPF and the RS3. He's come back. He's like, I bought a Golf R now, I want PPF on that. He goes, oh, but so-and-so who done the PPF last time, he's got his own place now. And he said, I'll do it for you. I was like, how much is he quoting you? He's told me how much he quoted, about £1,000 less than what we've quoted him.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'll match the price. I'm like, normally I would.
You'd never do it. £1,000 is just too much.
Basically, it was, I think he wanted, it was £2,000, he said. And I think I'd quoted this guy £2,500 for the PPF originally. No, I quoted him 3, then I go, okay, I'll go down to 2.5, but he said, I've been quoted 2. Then in there, I was like, you know what? I'll do it for 2, just because I don't want him to get the money.
Yeah.
I'm like, anybody else, like, I'm quite strict with discounts. Which we actually put out a video on TikTok about discounts, and I got a lot of hate about that. I hate about that.
We'll talk about that before we finish.
But yeah.
But you know what it is? I'll tell you one thing, right? When people have bad intention. See, look what you've come from. You've done your thing. You were with Pet. You were quite straight up with them, clean, clean heart. You've had ups and downs in life. You've hit rock bottom. But you're here somewhere, there's a provider. He's provided you no matter what, right? He's given you everything. You're here today. Why? Because your intention was good. Your heart was clean. And you seems, this is the first time I've met you. And you seem like a person that likes to help everyone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And usually people like that get stung because they're just too nice. Right, but people like those people, they don't last very long because they just don't know what they're doing with life. They're just trying to nick other people's stuff, and when they hit rock bottom, that's it. They've hit rock bottom. There's no way coming up because of their intentions that are always horrible and nasty. But with people who have good intentions, they always find a way to come back up and just kind of crack on with their day. And it's just crazy. Listening to your stories.
I think with the whole experience with him, I was saying to Kamar, it's okay. It wasn't a nice experience that we had, but I believe it happened for the best, for the very reason that after he had disappeared, it forced me to step up and do the PPF myself, and because I'd been sort of practicing it with him. My PPF was very, very good now. I think the jobs I've been getting, I've just finished a Lamborghini Urus PPF. That customer picked the car up. He's happy. He's like, look, Monday I'm dropping my Aventador to you for PPF. So I'm like, I know my quality is good. And I'm at the stage now where I'm ready to approach individual again and say, look, I know my PPF. Funnily enough, Afi messaged me today about PPF.
Really?
But not about cars. He wants his doors PPF in his house. Funnily enough, that's not the weirdest request I've had. I've a friend of mine. He said his son keeps scratching his fridge, so I went to his house. I PPF his fridge for him.
I'll tell you a little secret, and not many people know that. I can actually do the PPF.
Really?
Yeah.
You looking for a job?
No. No, I used to. I did car wrapping, full on car wraps.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, I did about 4-5 car wraps, and then we shut shop, man. It was just, again, the price. People were doing it. I mean, it was because we were using Avery Dennison wrap.
Yeah.
The breathable ones.
Okay.
What an amazing piece of equipment that is. The material. So wherever there's a bubble, you just press it and it's just gone.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's breathable, right? And we did a Corvette, we did a Camaro, and what we
I know whose cars they were. This is my customer.
Thing is,
Husnain's,
yeah.
Yeah, he's my customer.
And this is like
I remember this.
16.
I remember this, yeah.
We did his ice blue.
Yes, I remember.
And the white one. I did those ones.
Yes. Oh, mashallah.
And we were looking into PPFs, but then again, people were just charging stupid money. Like, oh, we can get a whole car done for £800 or £1,000. But every Dennison material is, I think is a 36 meter roll, was about £800. We were like thinking, what material are these people using that they can get away with quoting end customer £800-900, £1,000?
Exactly. Yes, it's the exact same situation in PPF. Like, on average, we charge on a full car PPF, I'd say about £3,500 on average.
Yeah, on a full
depending
car.
on the size of the car. The absolute lowest would probably go to is about $3,000, probably like a golf size car. But like a Urus or a G-Wagon, you're looking at about $4,000. I've lost customers to quite a few companies where I've quoted them. There's two that come to mind. One was a 911 Turbo S. I quoted them, I think, $3,000 or $3,500. They said we're getting it done for £2,400 from another company. But what people don't see is the film that we use. We're approved installers for Suntech PPF.
Yeah.
We're actually one of their biggest dealers in the Midlands. So much so that they invite us to all the events. Like they brought us to Goodwood last year. Was it this year? This year, sorry, in the summer.
This year.
Goodwood, and then a few other events. They've got one at what was it? There was an event at Silverstone about a few weeks ago, which we got invited to, but we couldn't make.
Let me know next time. Just give the tickets to me next time. Don't waste them, please.
But yeah, and all the film that we use is it's got 10-year warranty with it. Whereas
these things are expensive. These films are expensive.
Exactly.
But this is where the quality is. And when we were getting like these kind of prices, and we were like, how are we going to compete with that? It takes us a week because we were taking out the whole car apart.
Yeah, you have to strip everything on your lights, handles, everything.
Literally everything. If you saw what we did with that Corvette, you would be like, lads, how the hell are you going to put this back together?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The doors came off, the body panels came off, the whole... It was just a shell. Not even the shell, the chassis sitting on those little things. And my brother's quite hands-on, the older one, quite hands-on with cars and stuff. And he can strip cars and put them back together. And literally, we put the whole car back together, right? Whole car back together. Because we had all the screws numbered. Okay. The whole lot came off. And then when Husnain came to pick it up, my brother put his hand in his pocket and there was a screw in his hand. And he goes, shit, where's the screw from? Well, like, you put it back. back into your pocket right now. Don't ever mention.
Hussein's gonna watch this.
Hussein,
I think he sold. I think that car's gone now anyway.
that car's gone now. But yeah, Hussein, there's still a souvenir left in that car. But it's a very, very, very competitive. It's a hard work job, you know.
Yeah, it is.
But again, having a good film makes it a lot easier, because when we first started, we started off with is it Hex's film.
Yeah.
Wasn't the best film because it's not breathable. But Avery Dennison, oh, what a film. It was just like putting a bed sheet on. Beautiful. So if you need any car,
yeah, like I've only been using Suntech PPF since I started, because I done the PPF course with them.
Yeah.
And then a few weeks ago, I had about 3-4 weeks ago, I had a guy come down from another PPF company. With me, like I like to keep in touch with everybody. Like I don't like slag any other company off. So I'm like happy with any of them. Like you've got Carvet, Ahmed, very close with him. You've got the brothers from J&J. I'm close to all of them.
Look, at the end of the day, if there's something that you can't do, you'll put forward to them. If they can't do, they'll put it forward to you.
Exactly.
It's business, it's competition, but it's a community as well, where you kind of help each other to kind of grow together.
Yeah, like with the Carvet, we had a Lamborghini Urus come in, and it had PPF in the front bumper, and it had a wrap over it, which I'm sure I called you really. It had got damaged, so the PPF and the wrap both got damaged. So then we replaced the PPF, but then we called Carvet in to do the wrap on the car. So the wrap, and so while he was in, I was chatting to him about PPF, and he uses a company called Steck, and I use Suntech. So I was speaking to him about that. He was like, "Look, this Steck film's really good, whatnot." So like, okay, I'll try it out. So then the last car done before the Urus was a Ferrari 296 GTS, brand new, 70 miles on the clock, straight from the dealership, straight to me for PPF.
Lovely.
Full car PPF. So I thought, I'm going to try this Steck PPF, see what it's about. So I got the PPF, I'm laying it. Normally you're putting PPF on, and if you stretch it when it's a little bit dry, you get glue lines, you get all sorts. And then it was very, very forgiving. I'm like, this film's really good. I'm like, wow, where has this film been all my life? So I've got the whole car down, and then the next day I'm looking, the edges are started lifting slowly. I'm like,
oh, really?
That's not what I want. So then I've tried heating them. So I rang this guy, like, listen, this normal with this film. He goes, with Steck PPF, it doesn't like going over the edge, so it goes up until the edge, but it doesn't like going over. It doesn't stick. I'm like, I don't really like that. I like it to go over the edges, maximum coverage.
Exactly.
So
that's the whole point.
Yeah. So then,
took it off.
I left it on. I said to the customer, look, this is, if you're happy with the car, he's happy with it. So then, but what I did have to, because it was different, I had to kind of just trim it back ever so slightly, like a mil, just so it's not overhanging, so it doesn't lift. So it should be fine. It shouldn't lift. But if it does, all that stuff comes with 10-year warranty anyway.
Yeah, you just give it back and we'll redo it, because at the end of the day, it's like a experimental new film anyway.
Exactly.
So you the thing is, you won't know until you do it.
Yeah.
So, but with all the ups and downs, in fact, before I move on to like the last question, let's talk about the slack that you got about some discount, because I don't know what that was. I just got told.
So I had this idea to put a video on TikTok. So I speak to Kumar, I go, listen, let's do a video. Actually, I gotta give credit to Sign Shop. They done a video, and I was like, Kumar, this is a really good video. Well, let's replicate it for detailing, because they done it for their sign business.
Who Buzzy Green?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
So I'm PPF car.
Them brothers are funny, you know.
Get an imaginary phone call. Oh yeah, you want PPF on a car? Okay, yeah, Porsche 911. So customer's like, how much? So the first number that came to my head was £5,000. And the amount of people that gave me slack, like, how are you charging £5,000 for a Porsche PPF? You know, I can get it for £2,000-3,000.
Okay.
I'm like, it's the first number that popped into my head. I just said it.
But couldn't you redo the whole video?
We'd posted it by then. And we got like over 70-something thousand views. I was like, just leave it.
Yeah, sometimes
like, leave it. It's fine.
Bad Promo is good promo. Every promo is good promo.
Yeah, but we generally we don't really get hate. We've had, I think I've been detailing from 2019, sorry, till today. I've only had one genuine customer complaint where he's like full on complained, and even that I don't think is justified. Like to the point where he's left negative Google reviews, gone into Facebook for posts,
That's
groups,
extreme,
posts.
isn't it?
Basically, this guy is, I hope he's watching this, to be fair. He's a distant family from the same village in Pakistan or something. I didn't know he was family until he rang me, and I've done four
Until you
cars.
started making complaints.
I've done about 4 or 5 cars for him, and then I was, I'm family. Can I get a discount?
Oh God, here you go.
Okay, gave him a discount. I think.
And he gave you 2 stars in return.
1.
Oh.
I'll quickly tell you this story. This one, I've done a few cars for this individual, him and his brother, a few cars. Every single car that I've done, they've not been happy with it. Like, I'm happy with them. Like, the job's perfect. There's nothing I can do. But they're like, oh, this is wrong. And the one car they bought me was absolutely disgusting. Like, it's like they picked it up from a farm. It had like just mud and stuff all. It's just stank. And physically, there's only so much you can do in detailing. And I done as much as I could. And he came to pick the car up. He was happy with it initially. He's like, yeah, this car's fine. And then he brings it back. There's issues with it, whatever. He's done this with the first 2-3 cars I've done for him. So the 4th car, he's like, I was like, look, I don't want to do the job. I was like, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to do the job. You're going to be like, I'm not happy with it. I'm like, I just don't want the headache. He goes, no, this car's clean. He goes, the car's so clean, it doesn't even need a hoover. I was like, he goes, look, it's a new car. I just bought the car. I just want it for my own peace of mind. Oh, okay, fine. I'll do. If you're saying it's clean, no problem. I'll do it. So he dropped the car off to me on a Friday. Or was it a Saturday? It was a Saturday. So a Saturday morning, dropped the car off to me. We spent all day on the car. I think Qamar done this job on his own. Or Qamar and I think Sami or Aman. One of the Qamar and Aman, I think it was at the time. So they did the job. I had a look around the car, like, car's fine. I'm happy for it to go out like this. Not a problem. Sunday we're closed. Monday was bank holiday. He picks the car up on a Tuesday. He picks the car up, has a look around the car. No, for things like, can we pay on a card? Okay, no problem. Grab the card machine. Card machine's dead. No one has charged it. So I like, look, can you just do a transfer? No, I said, let's charge it and whatever. So we put it in charge, let it charge up for a bit. So while it's charging, I've gone around the car with him. And as I've gone around the car, I've noticed on the rubber on the inside of the door, there's a little smudge, like a bit of mud. So I've quickly wiped it for him. So I've gone around the car with him. He's checking everything. He's happy. He's like, yeah, car's perfect. I'm like, okay, fine, you're happy. Card machine's still not charged enough. So I said, look, just do me a transfer. He goes, all right, fine, perfect. So he's done me a transfer, shook his hand, he's gone. An hour later, he messages me. He's like, oh, I'm not happy with the job. I'm like, but you checked the car, you were happy with it. I don't get why you're not happy now. He goes, no, I've checked the car in a bit more detail and it's not been done properly. So he sent a whole lot of photos, and a lot of them were like, say, under the seat where the fabric's folded over, he's unfolded it and looking underneath them like, nobody cleans that. I'm like, unless you're going to physically take the seats out, there's no way that's going to get cleaned. So the only valid one he had, there's a mark on the back of the gear stick which hasn't been cleaned, and there was on one of the back of the pedals, small mark. I was like, look, fine, them 2 things, I put my hands up, they were missed. We're human, we make mistakes. Bring it back, we'll fix it straight away. I'm busy, I can't bring it back straight away. I'm going to bring it back on Saturday. I was like, fine, bring it back Saturday. I'll fix them 2 things for you. So Saturday, he brings the car back. Me and Qamar working that day.
He expects you to clean the whole car again.
He basically does.
Yeah.
He's like, I want you to do the whole job again. So we've basically done the job. We washed his engine bay. We've done the whole deep clean of the interior. And by then, obviously, he's been using the car for a week.
Yeah, exactly.
And the car's got dirty again. So I'm like, look, I'm going to clean them 2 things for you. I'm not going to do the whole job for you. Like, look, that's, I think we charged him £180 or something. I think normally charged £200. Gave him a discount. And because he said he was family. So then he's just getting abusive to us at this stage. And Kamra don't take crap from anybody. Kamra's like, he's the opposite of me. Like, I'm chilled, I'm Mr. Nice Guy, I'm good cop, he's bad cop. So Kamra is basically flipped like, listen, he goes, take your car, basically get out of here, he goes, we don't want to deal with you. So he's driven off and gone. So next thing I know, on some Snapchat groups, he's been posting stuff from Pinnacle Detailing, they're scammers, they just want to take your money, they're all sorts. And my customers have seen this. And then he's put it on Facebook because also my customers have seen this. And my customers are like, we know Suhail. Suhail wouldn't do this because he was like, they threatened me, they done this. And at this point, I've had Google reviews being put up from a few different people. Obviously, his friends and family.
Yeah.
They threatened to beat me up. They threatened to smash my car up. They threatened to do this. So my customers who know me, they're like, Suhail, I know this is not true. I know you. He's like, look, tell me where this guy lives. I'm going to go smash his car up right now. I'm like, look, I'm not like that. Look, please don't do that. That's not how I want to deal with that. Look, we'll deal with it, no problem. So, in the end, he's rang me. This is probably about a week later. Okay, look, Suhail, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done what I've done. I go, you're right. I go, look, he's wrong. I go, look, you've not just, disrespected me. I go, look, you've
tried to jeopardize the business.
My business. I go, that's the worst thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, look, I tried my best to help you out. I go, but you're just not being reasonable. And on top of that, look, what you're not seeing is what I'm doing for you is I've stopped your house getting smashed up. Where I've had my customers ringing me who are not like me. Like, look, Suhail, give me his address. I'm gonna go to his house right now and deal with him. Well, look, I've stopped all that. Look, I could have easily said to them, look, here's his address. You go deal with him.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you're right.
Could have sent those Barcelona boys.
Exactly. He's like, look, you know what, you're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done what I done. I'm like, look, let's just call it quits. Don't send me any cars. Delete your Facebook reviews, whatever, Google reviews, whatever it was, and let's just basically call it quits. He goes, yeah, no problem. We'll do that. He deleted his review. I think his cousin or someone who had posted, they deleted them all. And then that was it. Happy days. And then randomly, about 4 months later, I'll get a notification on Google saying a review's been posted. Because to his review, I wrote a lengthy reply, just like my side of the story. So that same review is automatic. It's gone back up again. That's the exact same review, and my reply's gone back up as with it. So I'm like, this is not a new review. He's put the same review back on like months later. So I'm confused. I'm like, why? I've called him. He's not answered the phone. I rang his brother. I was like, look, this is the situation. Has anything changed in the last couple of months that's made him put the review back up? I was like, look, I thought we were good. He's like, nah, he hasn't done that. I was like, no, he has done it. It's been black and white. You can have a look at it. No, someone else put a review up. I was like, my reply has gone back up, so it's the exact same one. I don't know why you're denying it. So he's like just denying it. So then he's getting abusive with me, saying, oh, look, the car wasn't cleaned properly. You admitted it yourself. I go, yeah, I admitted the two things weren't cleaned properly, but I go, look, I don't want to go around in circles. I go, we've dealt with this situation months ago. Why are we going around in circles again? Just forget it. So in the end, he rings me back. He's like, I'm sorry. I spoke to my brother. He goes, yeah, the review did go back up by mistake. I don't know how he went back up because, yeah, he's going to take it off. He hasn't taken it off. And then at the same time, someone else has posted a review with photos of a car that I've never cleaned, saying, Suhail charged me £180 and then when I complained, threatened to beat me up.
Oh, for God's sake.
And the reason I know this is fake is, first, I don't threaten to beat people up. Everyone knows that. And secondly, I don't charge £180 for a detail. My job £200. He was the only one that paid £180. So he's going to try himself in the foot. So if you see them 2 negative reviews, it's from him.
Yeah, they're not true. But I want to get my car detailed from you. And I want to see how good you do it.
No problem.
It's no, don't say no problem because it's a Polo 56 reg. It's
no problem.
Battered.
We do everything.
It's absolutely
battered. I done an 11 plate Fiesta about 2 weeks ago.
Really? Oh, wicked.
I do all sorts. It's not all supercars.
Nice. I've got a friend of mine who does mobile valeting.
Okay.
Right?
Nice.
And I asked him when he first started doing? I says, can you do my polo? But I want you to put it up on your Instagram. Because he was only doing like nice cars, yeah, at the start. He goes, no, I'll come and wash your car, but I'm not putting it on.
It's like, I've got an image to keep it. Yeah?
That was so funny. It's still today, I says to him, look, that polo needs washing, and I'm only going to give it to you if you put it on your social media.
I'll put it on my page. How about that? Is that a deal?
Yes, that's a deal. I'm going to come and
I'll put it as a pinned post. It always says at the top as well. Shall we do that?
Let's do that. 100% let's do that. But you know what? Before we finish off, right, with all the ups and downs you've experienced, what advice would you give to the young entrepreneurs starting out today? If you could go back to the beginning of your journey, is there anything you would do differently? And what excites you most about the future of your business? And are there any new ventures you're considering?
What I would say is do what you're passionate about. Like, I wasted the first 7 years after I left college working for my dad. Well, it wasn't really a waste, but it wasn't where I wanted to be. So whatever you're passionate about, just go after it. It's not going to be easy. You just got to stay consistent. You're going to have your ups and downs. More downs than ups to begin with. You're going to have some long nights. I think this week I'm like, years into this, and I'm still doing some crazy hours just this week.
I mean, I'm surprised you got time out for us today. Honestly, I'm surprised.
Because if you've your deadlines to do, on Tuesday I was working from 6 a.m. till 2 a.m. No, 7 a.m. till 2 a.m. I had to PPF a Lamborghini Urus. Customer like, I need this car back ASAP. So I PPF that full car in like 2 days, or a day and a half actually. So you're going to need to put the hours in, starting off. But this is now what I want to be doing for the rest of my life. And then eventually, I've got plans, hopefully, to open up in the Middle East. We're in talks with a few people. We're looking at the most likely locations, probably Qatar.
Inshallah.
Funnily enough, the friend who gave me the first car, the Aventador, his dad spends a lot of time in Qatar and is close with like the big timers there.
The Royals.
Basically the Royals. So he's kind of getting me in there, and he just came back from Qatar. He's like, say next time I go to Qatar, I'm taking you with me, and we're gonna set up something there.
Nice.
So inshallah, that's the plan.
Inshallah. See, that's what I said earlier. So you know, when your intention and your heart is clean and your intention's good, things will happen before, without you even knowing. And imagine you were that person, you know, robbing people's jobs here and there and doing a shit job and having that thought.
You come back.
These opportunities never come to you.
Yeah.
Now, inshallah, you will go to Qatar and you set up something there, bro. That's it. You know, inshallah, it works out for you, bro.
Inshallah.
Absolutely fantastic. But thank you very much for your time.
No, thank you for having me.
I know you've got to get back to your unit, and before we get another complaint on Google that this guy took my car and disappeared.
It's more my wife than anything. I should like, where have you been gone for so long?
Google review about his wife's gonna put a Google review on. He's never at home. But yeah, thank you very much.
No,
thank you for your time. May Allah bless everything what you do.
Ameen.
And you know, like I said before, heart's clean, work's clean, and opportunities will come your way. And you know, I think
that's a nice pun. That is, work's clean.
Oh, it is actually. I didn't realize that. But I will bring my car to you.
Definitely.
And like he says, you know, you've admitted on the camera now, so you're gonna pin that car up on your page.
No problem.
It's battered. We'll put before and after.
But I didn't say how long it's gonna be pinned for though.
Doesn't matter.
I'm gonna leave it for 30 seconds and I'm gonna take it off.
Minimum 30 days. No problem. Messing. But yeah, last words. Where can people find you? Your contact details, your website. You know.
PinnacleDetailing.co.uk is the website. Instagram pinnacle.detailing. TikTok. We do a lot of YouTube stuff as well now, so we do a lot of behind the scenes where you can just see us just clowning around and just taking the piss out of each other basically.
Nice.
So that's good entertainment. So we normally have a video put out once a week.
Brilliant.
But yeah, that's about it.
MashaAllah. Thank you very much once again.
No, thank you again for having me.
And hope you enjoyed our little episode.
I did. No, definitely. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much, bro.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.